Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realize Future Blessings. And I don't know, maybe we'll get to the end of this story in this part. Gotta be honest. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if it's just the lack of choices or what, but I just feel like I don't know why. Like the other one, we went so, and I was like, I love this game. And now I'm like, are we done yet? Like, I feel awful saying that. I think there's because it's the lack of choices. It's not as engrossing. Even though yes, we gonna make all the choices, and it very rarely changes. It's just I don't know what it is. Maybe it feels more engaging. And then like now we've literally spent like almost 20 hours just reading. And it's like, or it could also be that I just can't do hour-long parts. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's so draining. And I don't feel that way with other games. And I love Code Realize. I love these characters. I really am. I really think it's just not having choices where I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like, and I'm glad that the other routes were really short. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, maybe we should have done like Sholmes first and then come back and done this. But at the same rate, I'm kind of glad we're getting this out of the way. Um, so that's gonna be great. And then we'll actually have choices in the Sholmes route and the Finis route. And that'll feel better because I need choices now. I need something to wake me the fuck up playing this. Cause like I'm not even kidding. I used to be able to sit here and be like, I just sat here for 4 hours playing this game, and now after an hour, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna play anymore. I don't know. Oh my god, I hate saying that, but the only thing I can say is that it's got to be the lack of choices that are just like, and yet we have other games where there's a lack of choice too, but every once in a while they give you some kind of interaction. This just has none. It's literally just, so this just tells me, like there are some other games that I've seen and I'm like, oh, that looks like it'd be great. Oh, it's a kinetic visual novel. And I'm like, that's not really a game. That's literally just like reading for you guys. I might as well like open a book and just be like, hey, we're going to have story time and I'm going to read you a goddamn novel and just put a picture up. Like, that's really all it is. So this tells me that kinetic visual novels are definitely not my thing because I need a choice every once in a while. Even if it does nothing, I just need a choice. I don't know. It gives us something. Anyway. That was my ranting. I needed to get that off my chest. I've been holding that in for a while. Like, oh, why do I just feel so like, oh, yeah, gotta record more. Like, and everything else. I mean, I guess you go through phases with everything. There's always games where you're like, whoo. That's why I play so many different games. Is I need that break in between. Because like there are some games I'm like, I could just record like 10. I could just sit here for 10 fucking hours and play this game and record a million parts. And then you're like, and now I'm wiped out and I need to play something else. So like, but I'm just not as far ahead. Okay, I'm legitimately more than a week ahead right now, but it just doesn't seem like I am. It really doesn't. It doesn't seem like I'm in advance. I mean, we still have over a week left in July, and I'm like, this is coming up at the end of July. I'm like, I'm already almost into recording into August territory here, but I'm still like freaking out like, oh, I'm not far enough ahead. Because right when you're like, I'm a couple days ahead, that's when something happens and then you're like behind. So I like to keep ahead, man. Plus, my job sucks, and this is what I do for fun when I come home. Anyway, back at the mansion. Sorry, it's okay. After Spacey and Shirley have left. I must say, it was rather unexpected to see you allow the girls to leave. I have my anxieties, of course, and it's undeniable that it's safest waiting here in the mansion. But she's not a helpless girl. She can get out tight spots on her own to a significant extent. What the fuck, Bird? It was a piece of dust. He just fucking spazzed and almost fell off my shoulder. Idiot. Shirley has a sharp intuition as well. If there's ill will nearby, she'll notice and she can outrun any adult man. But even so, Shirley! Papa's just so worried! He is fucking like, this is like Impei's long-lost dad, is all I'm saying. You okay there? Can I get you something warm to drink? But boss, it's fine. Milady loves you very much, boss. Cassie and Impei desperately try to cheer Darius up as he bawls like the world is ending. The dramatics, man. Miss Shirley, she was quite the energetic girl. Gives me the complete opposite impression of her. But all things considered, wasn't this encounter for the best? It's important to have a pal of the same gender, I think. Everyone nods in response. Yes, that's true. Though I say we don't commit crimes, that doesn't change the fact that we are a mafia. This may be the first time she hasn't had to hide her family's business while with a friend. I've never seen her smile so. Perhaps things would be different if her mother were still alive. Her mother? Yeah, Impe, that's what happens. When a man and a woman fall in love, sometimes they get married and then they have babies. That's all we're going to tell you. So, you're too young to know. If you don't know where babies come from, Impe, you need to stop humping everybody's leg. That's all I'm saying. I know that's not what he meant, but still. I like teasing Impe. It makes it fun. It's an old story. Forget I said anything. Friend and family. Huh. Oh, friends and family. Huh. Now then, if we're all in favor, I'd like to continue. Is that all right? I need a better voice for him, but that's just what we get now. He's just kind of normal-ish. He's like a cross between Victor and Saint Germain. He's got the delicately of Saint Germain. He talks with a smile. When I do Saint Germain's voice, I smile when I talk. It hurts my face. And so Sholmes is kind of like that. He kind of smiles a lot when he talks, just like that, but he's got a little bit more of like the normal Victor voice in there. Just slightly normal. You know, because like Victor, I kind of talk normal. Anyway. Certainly, please do. I also gesture a lot when I'm Saint Germain. Oh my god. If anybody was watching me, I'd look fucking ridiculous. Set a thief to catch a thief. Come again. That is to say, a thief understands how a thief thinks. Though I suppose the person in question isn't technically a thief. You don't need to be so roundabout. This person is from the Mafia, correct? If it's something Mafia-related, then as I suspected, it has to do with the auction that Saint Germain was talking about. It must be fate if you already know that much. Then I trust you're aware that the statue of Bathory will be auctioned. Just so. But is it a counterfeit? I give you my word, the real one was stolen by Lupin. Splendid! The story is now all over the newspapers, and the general public, everyone really, is aware of it now. It's a valuable item to the extent that, ordinarily, if given advance warning, one can't even predict the level of security. But the nobleman himself rejected the intervention of the Yard and Royal Guard. Odd, wouldn't you agree? Why is that? The more the merrier, right? The Royal Guard and the Yard sounds like the ultimate defense. Was there some sort of reason to reject outside help? Well, perhaps now you all have an idea of the truth behind the statue robbery incident. What do you mean? In short, it's all their undoing. The Mafia that Lupin went up against was probably Marquis Grimmon's own men. First, he has the statue stolen, and then he hints that it'll be up for auction to those wealthy enough. When the auction is held, he'll raise the price by announcing the real one, and give the highest bidder the fake in the end. Then he'll pay that high bid to the Mafia he's associated with, and the real statue will return to his possession. That is so convolutedly confusing. Hold on, wait, I gotta back this up a little. He has the statue stolen, okay. And then he hints that it'll be up for auction to anyone wealthy enough to afford it. Okay, yeah, but okay. When the auction's held, he'll raise the price by announcing the real one. Like, oh my god, I got the real one back, guys, woo! And give the highest bidder the fake one. Then he'll pay that high bid, takes the high bid, so the money, and to the Mafia he's associated with, the real statue will return to his possession. So he basically just makes money off a fake statue. But why did he need to have the real one stolen? Because then word's going to get out that the statue is stolen, then he's like, no, I have the statue. Why wouldn't he just keep the real statue? I don't understand. See, this is like money laundering shit going on. I'm like, see, I'm not smart enough to do it. They shouldn't make me take those anti-money laundering courses at work all the time because it's like, but you're teaching me how to do it when I was too dumb to do it before. So I'm just saying, you shouldn't teach me these things. God, I'm not going to go launder money, but I'm just saying, you shouldn't teach people how to do it when they're dumb enough and they don't know how to do it to begin with. This is what I don't understand, though. So he's gonna raise the price by announcing the real one, give the highest bidder the fake. But that's the thing. So you could just hide the real one. Here's my, I'm going to auction off the statue. It was never stolen. None of that ever happened. Let's just pretend that never happened. You sell them the fake one. You take the money. You give the money to the Mafia. And you keep the money and the real statue. I just don't understand this. I'm going to have my Mafia that works for me, steal my statue. Then I'm going to auction off a fake one, but then be like, oh no, look, I have the real one. Woohoo! And then get a bunch of money, give the person the fake statue, and then give the money to the Mafia. Why? And then you get to keep... Is it he's indebted to the Mafia then? But if they're Marquis Grimmon's own men, then why... Are you out of money? Is that it? Like, I owe... Like, I can understand if you're like, fuck, I'm gonna get my kneecaps broken if I don't pay these bitches. So we gotta come up with a circle fuck thing in order to get them paid so you keep your kneecaps. But otherwise, I just don't comprehend this. This seems so convoluted. It's like, what? I don't know. Anyway. Quite perceptive. Yeah, well, the two of you should date because I can't keep up with either one of you right now. Huh. I see. No, you don't, because neither do I. Impey, you are not smarter than me. You can't figure that out either. Although there is one thing I still do not understand. One thing? The whole plan? Yes, that. Oh, what might that be? This is, in a sense, nothing more than a mere art piece robbery. Pardon me if this sounds rude, but it doesn't seem like the kind of case that you, case connoisseur, would follow. Or perhaps you have a client who obliges you to do so. The dining room is suddenly filled with a tense air. Sholmes chuckles and smiles as he directs a glance toward the Lupin crew. You are all as impressive as ever. So there is something else going on. This is getting complicated very quickly. Because it wasn't already? Well, you would be correct. I was, after all, tasked with this matter by Her Majesty the Queen herself. What? Her Majesty? By Victoria? I love how Victor just throws her name. Instead of being like, by the Queen, like, not Queen Victoria's like, by Victoria? Like, yo! By my V-girl? Like, that sounds like you're talking about her vagina, but whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, he's like, my girl V, what's up? What are you, home slices with her? Like, what the fuck? He just is so funny. She's the fucking queen. Have some respect, Victor. Of course, this is why we go up to her. We're like, what's up, Victoria? High five. And Lionheart's always losing his shit, which is kind of funny, so. Let's not be Lionheart about it. Okay. Amid several shocked faces, Saint Germain was the only one who nods and crosses looks with Sholmes. I see. A request from the government. It must be something quite troublesome indeed. Troublesome, yes. But on the other hand, I am looking forward to it. The Mafia. The Statue of Bathory. The shipboard auction. The relation of all three has already become evident, and yet... What more could possibly be hidden within it all? Dispense with the pomp and tell us, great detective. This would be great if this kind of, like, rolled into Sholmes' route, you know what I mean? But it's obviously not going to, because if you played him out of order, it would make sense. But it would be cool. Of course, all will be revealed, genius thief. Oh! They have a little, like, love-hate relationship. Oh, their freneminess is so cute, because he was like, great detective, great thief, genius thief. Oh, you guys. I see the love. Look at the love in their eyes right now. Look at the love. Look at the love. Sholmes just adores him. Sarcastic as Sholmes looks like he's about to stab him. But the rest will not be explained by me, but by him, Darius Gordon. Everyone's eyes direct to the man in question. You're a tricky man to deal with, Mr. Detective. I'll take that as a compliment. Darius lets out a sigh, raises his head, and begins to talk. Normally, I'm reluctant to discuss underground matters with people from the surface. Hee hee hee. It's okay, mole man. We won't tell anybody your mole secrets. But like the detective said, this might be fate. Hear me out if you'd be so kind. Who would turn down something this juicy? Of course we'll listen. Tell us everything you like. I always like to cross my legs and get all sassy when I'm fucking Lupin, too. I don't know. I get all sassy. Lupin urges him on. Darius blows out a lungful of tobacco smoke and begins. Our family is also after the statue of Bathory. Huh? Wait just a second. I thought that you said that you weren't aware of the Mafia incident during the heist. Yeah, I didn't. And it's not the statue that I'm interested in. What I'm after is the drugs known as Statue of Bathory. Oh, the drug known as Statue of Bathory. Whoa. We thought you were a good guy, now you're after drugs? Statue of Bathory. Drug. A drug with the... What is on my fucking TV screen? Oh, no, it's just the... I saw that little smudge, like, underneath... Now it's under the D. Now it's under the G. Now it's under the S. And I was like, is there something on my fucking TV screen? Because it wasn't moving. Oh, anyway. A drug with the same name as the art piece. Highly addictive and dangerous. Overdosing can even result in death. Why would you want that? It's like a tremor spreads with his... Not a statue, but a drug? Wait a second. I'm not gonna get bumped for hearing this, am I? Whacked? Yeah. A drug? Oh my, that is quite unsettling. In a sense, it's worse in nature than weapons. I just love reading Saint Germain. Even though he's serious, I love reading it like, oh, that's quite unsettling. Because, you know, he's excited by everything. Oh, I love it. Drug wars. This is great. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Saint Germain? He's a little crazy. That's all I'm saying, but I love him. A drug with the same name as the statue of... Bird, you're distracting me. A drug with the same name as a statue of beauty unrivaled. What fine taste. If you consider that it pulls people into a bog, it's hardly different than a woman of beauty unrivaled. What kind of drug is it? Van Helsing, who's been quiet for a while, asks in a voice like a low groan. This is the information I've obtained thus far. A few documents are spread across the table. Bert, what are you doing? It elevates the user's mood upon use and opens the door to a beautiful dream. But in reality, it's a horrific substance. It only becomes worse with repeated use, tapping into the user's trauma and ultimately takes over their mind. That sounds exactly like Hidden Strength, doesn't it? Doesn't it, guys? Yes, it does. Eventually, the user becomes a vicious animal, acting solely on instinct. They retain intellect, but lose all reasoning. It is like a beast indeed. If used habitually, it won't just take over the mind, but the brain too. Then you're left with a frothing freak. Add to that the body's physical limiter comes off as part of its side effects, and they can become dangerously strong. But overdosing can easily lead to ruin. A body that can't deal with its damage will quickly take its toll. It's not unusual for a user to be unable to even move a finger before they realize it. It's extremely addictive as well. Used even once, it's a substance with an allure that's very difficult to break. Sholmes ends his horrifying explanation of the drug with a calm voice. Somehow his collected manner only makes the eeriness of the drug that much worse. Tapping into trauma. See? He knows. It's almost like Hidden Strength. Van Helsing speaks in a low voice, seeped in hatred. Because technically at this time, he doesn't know that he's been dosed with that shit. Hidden what now? No, I'm just talking to myself. Sorry. Darius puts a silence in between as if hesitating, and then, in a voice filled with bitterness, he adds, a drug. A while back, our family managed the production of a plant that became an ingredient for the Statue of Bathory. But that was only as a medicinal herb. The idea was for treatment for the production of medicine. We wouldn't use it for drug dealing, no matter how much money we were offered. Oh, such a good guy, Mafia. I investigated on my side as well. All the plants cultivated under the management of the Gordon family were delivered to the proper clients. What are those proper places you mention? Ah, the clients are spread around several countries, and they ranged from small to extremely large ones at times. Indeed, take for example the United Kingdom. The client may be the Royal Society or the Palace Doctors. Those are key central parts of the country. I see. If it's in such close proximity to the royal family, I can understand why Her Majesty the Queen would be concerned. Oh, that's why. So, okay, now this makes more sense. We steal the statue, blah, 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 but then we have an auction for the statue. Oh, I got the statue. Oh, it's the real statue. Because you're not auctioning the statue, you're auctioning the drugs. But you're pretending it's the statue, but it's not the statue. But I don't understand why you still needed to have the statue stolen. This is why I am not a supervillain, because the plans are so convoluted and don't make any sense. Wait, let's take a step back. If it ends up in the proper places, then why is the drug going around in the first place? Exactly. It shouldn't be, which is why we looked into each affiliated place. Then we found out that distribution has been odd recently. Meaning that it was likely traded illegally. Yeah, we captured the dealer, but it's not like we found the mastermind behind it. Oh, the mastermind! It's Monokuma again. The mastermind? That's a rather fishy-smelling word. So, you're the great, capable detective. Even if you lack certainty, I'm sure you have a mark on someone, right? Lupin's like, it's not me, I swear. Looking guilty. Just kidding. You know he would tip tricks. Come on. He only thieves for the good of mankind. Sholmes sends a glance to Darius. Darius seems as though he still has more to explain. The profitability of drugs is massive. The land to cultivate them and their rights to deal them. The negotiations and conflicts with the money grubbers has been ceaseless for many years now. And out of all of them, there's one man in particular. I'll bet it's him. Darius's left prosthetic hand makes a heavy metallic creaking sound. Vito Crudel. Vito Crudel. The boss of the Italian Mafia, the Crudel family. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but fuck it. Vito Crudel. Ahem. Vito Crudel. Cruddy. What was his name? Herbie Triscuits? I could say Vito. One Crudel. But that's probably not how it's pronounced, but anyway. The boss of the Crudel family, a mafia family from Italy. His name means greed and merciless. Merciless greed. A Vito Crudel? Could be, yeah, I don't know. I see greed and merciless in Italian. I suppose we can assume that it's not his real name. Oh, Saint Germain. If you know Italian, why are you speaking French all the time? He knows every fucking language. Yes, probably. And he, the subject of the matter, is the sponsor of the illegal auction to be held aboard the ship. Ah, then the ones I came across when I was stealing the statue are from that family. That is correct. So now that Lupin seems satisfied, may I ask one more thing? This is bad enough as it is, and yet there's still more? Just shut up and listen. Sholmes takes a sip of his tea, as if to take a short break. He looks around at everyone and then quietly begins to talk once more. I'm sure everyone is aware of the recent crime wave in Lower Town, correct? So the newspapers say indeed. Criminal activity has spiked sharply, and heinous crimes in particular are on the rise. Right, from the residential disputes to extortion, robbery, beatings, and even murder. Your point being, what does this have to do with any... Lupin's words suddenly come to a halt. For everyone seems to have arrived at the same truth simultaneously. Lupin, you said yourself that there was mafia activity in Lower Town, right? Yes, that's right. Eventually, the user becomes a vicious animal, acting solely on instinct. They retain intellect but lose all reasoning. and the ones responsible for the major incidents suffer from some form of mental illness, unable to be interrogated. Is that why? Could it be? It's a crime that occurred because they used the drug. That's what you're getting at, right? Yeah, it's not public knowledge yet, but the drug has been hot in Lower Town lately. And the addicts have been behind those incidents. The yard and guards have their hands full, but they haven't obtained any conclusive evidence about the drug. Perhaps they're being brainwashed, or perhaps they're being threatened. Oddly enough, the addicts go so far as to destroy evidence of the drug. To make matters worse, detecting this drug in the blood is extremely difficult. It would be no small feat for a doctor or practitioner of alchemy to take countermeasures against it in a day. Sholmes fires a glance at Victor. The meaning of that glance is something that Victor himself is fully aware of. You are saying that I should determine whether or not the drug is really the Statue of Bathory, right? Oh, right? Good. I can spare you all another explanation. Her Majesty and Parliament are looking into this matter heavily. When we're done talking here, it would be appreciated if you could make your way to the palace as soon as possible. All right, abuse of medicine isn't something I can overlook either. Let me get this straight. The medicinal herb, the drug that uses it, and the statue of the same name, crime in Lower Town, and the Mafia head. You mean that all of that is actually connected? Then there's the connection with the greedy nobleman who had the Mafia attack his mansion. It's quite a complicated incident, and one filled with uncertainties. In the end, this Vito Cradell seems to be our key man. In any case, we must first wait for Professor Stein's results. Who's Professor Stein? Oh, he's calling Victor Stein, not Professor Frankenstein, but he's not a professor. Who's Professor? He's doctor, not professor. Wait a minute. So who's Professor Stein? Is he trying to talk about Victor? Because that makes me confused. Anyway, don't call him Fran. Don't call him Professor Stein. He's Dr. Victor Frankenstein, goddammit. Pick one. I don't know. We'll never be able to prepare effective measures if we can't get out of the realm of conjecture and hypothesis. I'm assuming he means Victor, but as the tense conversation continues, everyone lets out a sigh of exhaustion at Sholmes' words that suggest a period of standby. So you told us this much only to tell us to sit around and wait? That is hardly the case. Although it may require some acrobatics, I would like to clear the desks by preparing other evidence beforehand. It's a sure win so long as the conclusive pieces eventually fit. What exactly is that method? I would like to request for you all to go on an undercover investigation aboard the cruise where the auction is to be held. Oh my god! Oh my god! Are we gonna get to wear our Mafia outfits? Okay, I'm excited now. Undercover investigation? Does that mean I can go on a luxury cruise? I'm in. I'll oogle all the latest technology. A fine response, though of course this is primarily for work rather than play. I suspect that while stopping at the port in Liverpool, the drug will be loaded on board. And then, with the pretense of going all around the world as a luxury cruise, the drugs from the United Kingdom will be scattered to the four winds. Such a grandiose, bold, and unsettling plan. Depending on the outcome, it could spark an international incident. He looks so happy about that. God damn. So you want to seize evidence of the drug trade, huh? We'll also have to capture the ringleader and confiscate the goods. I see. And that's where set a thief to catch a thief comes in, eh? It would certainly help if you could do so. So what do you all think? Will you all aid me in this matter? I cannot wait to see their... I want all of the sprites to change into Mafia wear, goddammit. Ha! Mr. Great Detective asking a gang of thieves for a favor. I hold you all in the highest esteem, that is all. Lupin glances at his members just once. And although not a single person says a word, the answer is clear all the same. No fucking way. The end. That would be fucking great. All right, we'll do it. But we'll be swiping a few diamond rings as our labor fee. I'll turn a blind eye just this once. Sholmes reaches his hand out. Lupin does so as well, ready to seal the agreement when... Wait, I don't think you'd go to such lengths. I didn't think you'd go to such lengths. Besides, I can't allow you all to do that, Darius asserts in a low voice. Pardon? Was it something we said? Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for your input. Grateful, but I can't allow civilians to get caught up in a Mafia problem. It's like, oh dear. The reason I came here today was simply to offer an apology, and because my daughter wanted to meet with that girl. Of course, I'm feeling a bit spooked now that the detective there saw through everything, but... Sholmes is like, because I'm sexy and you know it. But no matter the case, I don't want to involve honest folk in the Underground's quarrels. I know it's a selfish request after you've heard this much, but please, just forget about it here and now. Darius bows his head deeply, but Sholmes shakes his head with his usual mild manner. I'm sorry, but I've been tasked to resolve this matter as soon as possible, and I plan to use every card in my hand. So we're cards, huh? I've been called worse, but we are rather useful, old man Darius. Frankly, I'm not interested in anything but my own objective, but the drug that you speak of is concerning to me. If it's unrelated, then so be it, but in any case, I'll lend a hand. I said so a moment ago, but I can't overlook the abuse of medicine, and I'd like your help if you're able. Just don't worry and leave it to us. Even if it's a bit of a tightrope, I'm sure we'll cross it easily. It seems I won't be getting bored. I'll dictate my help as well. I'll dedicate my help as well. Whoops. It seems I won't be getting bored. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to get shot at. Ah, fucking love St. Germain. But it's too dangerous. I can't guarantee your safety when bullets come whizzing over your head. He's like, let me tell you something. Darius, sit down for a second. We have threatened the Queen. We've stolen a train. We've stolen a monster from the palace guards. What else have we done? We've fought vampires. I've stolen a lot of fucking shit. We've defeated Twilight. We're uncovering a terrorist plot. I mean, we are probably better at you than doing Mafia shit. Jesus. And you're planning to dive right into the middle of it. I'm a Mafia, unlike you. And like us, you're living and breathing for now. But... Darius, you can't ignore that it's because of your herbs that things have gotten so dangerous. And none of us can stand sitting by while some so-and-so pries away our precious tranquility. It seems to me that the root of it all is the same person, and we all want to settle things peacefully. Isn't this mutual? Isn't that mutual? Oh, isn't this mutual? Darius tries to refute once more, but quickly becomes quiet. Boss, not to meddle, but I think we should borrow their strength too. The lady seems to be having so much fun, so I really feel like it'd be nice for things to calm down sooner rather than later. What he said. Better if we make this town peaceful so our two princesses can have fun without any worries. He breathes a deep sigh at a loss. Can I really borrow your strength? But of course, a gentleman's word is sacrosanct. Sacrosanct, something like that. Yeah. A firm handshake is exchanged. The band of thieves and a Mafia family, not to mention a private detective and the government. It's a moment of partnership where all parties put aside their differences. I'm pleased that things seem to have come together. Ha! This coming from the fellow who initiated it all. Sholmes stands and smiles wryly as if to say, you're right. Right then, I'll take my leave for now. I must inform the royal family and Yard that you'll be assisting us. Professor Stein, may I ask you to accompany me as well? It's fucking Frankenstein. Well, I mean, technically, is he a professor? I mean, Professor Frankenstein? Yeah, but he's still a doctor. But Stein, it's not, it's Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein. Oh, certainly. I can leave right away. Go ahead and wait for me in the hall. A grand case is suddenly upon them. Naturally, there may be some danger ahead, but even so, there's hardly a hint of worry in Lupin and the others. Everyone trusts one another. No one says it out loud, but surely it's a mutual feeling that supports them all. Friends are a wonderful thing. His utterance is swallowed by the skies, seeped in scarlet, heard by no one. I heard you! I heard you, Sholmes. Oh, what a wonderful story! The Tragic King. I get goosebumps thinking about it even now. Me too. This is my first time seeing it. Operas sure are amazing. They went to a fucking opera. How many fucking hours did they have? Telling a story on such a small stage, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I'll say, they don't call it, composite art for nothing. Lavish costumes, the majestic orchestra, the soprano's raw emotion. I nod in response. It doesn't seem like her excitement will be calming down anytime soon. After watching the spectacular stage performance, Shirley brought us to... after watching the spectacular stage production Shirley brought us to, I was like, brought us to... Oh no, that's not... We weren't going to say brought us to this cafe. Okay. We take a break at the local sun-painted cafe. Oh, sunset-painted cafe. Thank you for waiting. Here are your cakes. Ah, at last! This place is really popular at my school, too. It's great, and the prices are reasonable. School? Shirley, you attend school? Yep, it's called the North London Seminary. Haven't you heard of it? It's the forefront of education for girls. Yes, we have, because we thought Van Helsing was going to teach there, and then Impey wanted to teach there, and then we're like, Jesus Christ. North London Seminary. An all-girls school located in the northern part of London. Shirley is enrolled in this school. Once you mention it, I think I may have heard of it. I think Impey was making some noise about how he wanted to be a teacher there. Ha ha ha! They never let anything slide in this game. Impey, that red-haired person? He looks like the type who's always making noise. I suddenly get the image of Impey crying out, lies and slander in my head. Lies and slander! So Shirley, does that mean you come to this cafe often? She nods in response, making a wry smile as she takes a bite of cake. Though, well, this is the first time I've come here with someone. Really? You don't come here with your father or Passy? No, this isn't the kind of place I want to go with Papa or people from the family. I come here so that I can be alone. Alone? Shirley nods again. You know how Papa always treats me like a child. I'm good with guns. I can protect myself. But even so, whenever something happens, they always make me stay at the hideout, no matter what. I come here to be alone, to think about how I can get out of that situation and get them to accept me. I'm useful, too. I can fight for Papa. I'm no longer an ignorant child. Shirley gives off a surprisingly mature air. I'm able to see a steadfast will dwelling within her deep green eyes that stare off into the distance at nothing in particular. Shirley, why are you so fixated on fighting? If you get caught up in the disputes and incidents, you might be in danger. Because I'm a Mafia daughter. Daughter of the proud Gordon family at that. Weakness isn't a good look. I mean, I suppose that's true. But I wonder if that's all there is to it. Looking away from my inquisitive gaze, Shirley changes the subject. Oh yeah, Spacey, where's your mom and dad? How do I answer this? I hesitate over the difficult question and eventually decide to dodge it entirely. I don't know. I don't remember very much about my parents. Oh, I'm sorry. It was insensitive of me to ask. No, it's fine. I'm now living with Lupin and the others, after all. Eating together, spending time and laughing together. There's never a time for me to feel lonely. I bet. I bet you never have time to feel bored around your big brothers. Big brothers? I tilt my head quizzically as Shirley makes a wry laugh. I'm living together with them, but I'm not blood related to any one of them. What? What? Well, wait a sec. So you're living under one roof with 5 unrelated strangers and men on top of that? I know, it's like the greatest thing fucking ever, right? And Sholm stops by on occasion, so technically it's like 6 of them. We just like curl up in a big plushy pile and snuggle. Come on, everybody knows they want that. And here I was thinking that none of them looked much alike. Not strangers, they're my dear companions. Spacey harem. Yes! But even so! Spacey, you're too vulnerable. Don't you understand how beautiful you are? I'm just average. You, on the other hand, are very cute. Oh my, thank you. Wait, don't change the subject. Comical outburst. Shirley makes a concerned-looking expression and moves her face closer. So if you're not related, then who are you going for? Going for? You heard me. I'm sure there's at least one. Someone you think is special out of all of them. What does she mean by special? Lupin saved me originally, and Van Helsing is always reliable. I know, right? She's like, Lupin saved me and Van Helsing's reliable, so those are my top 2. I always feel at ease around Victor. And Impey is fun to be around. And Saint Germain is always so kind to me, but stabby. She doesn't know that yet. Thinking of everyone's faces, I utter quietly, I don't think there's any one person in particular, yet. Each is amazing in their own way, and I respect them all. To me, they're all special. This is the best path. This is the Spacey falls for all of them, and we just have a man harem. This is the greatest! I love this! There may not be any choices. I love this now. No, all of them. Oh, and Sholmes too, but we haven't quite roped him into this yet. Well, I guess I can understand why you'd say that. They did kind of crash a Mafia hideout just to save you. Now I can kind of understand why your life is one big adventure. Shirley and I have a casual chat afterwards and share some laughs. A priceless moment of enjoyment and relaxation. Shirley's innocence reminds me somewhat of Elaine and Eddie. It's an odd feeling, almost as if I'm reliving a moment with them. But it must soon come to an end. The sky is already orange. Say, sure. It's a sudden occurrence. Shirley kicks her chair and stands up as if she's repelled by it. The tea in our cups on the table wavers from the impact. It's him. Shirley, what's wrong? It's the first time I've seen her glare like this, her voice sounding like a menacing beast. Oh, I wonder who it is. A bit further into the city crowd, painted in the gentle hues of dusk. For only a split second I could swear I see a black shadow out of the corner of my eye. Oh, a Vito Credell! Wait, Shirley! Jesus, dumbass. She suddenly bolts off and I begin to run after her. A Vito Credell? Tapping into my memories, the name Credell sounds familiar. I think someone mentioned his name. Back when I was captured by the Gordon family. Wait, calm down! I have a feeling we're being baited. I can't let the two meet. I put more strength into my legs as I run, confident in my premonition. Soon, Shirley's gonna get kidnapped. Chasing after the shadow that flickers through the surging crowd, we arrive at an empty back alley. Where'd he go? Shirley, this is clearly not right. We should go back. I can't do that because... They all have the same... I love it. It's like the Twilight agents, except for they all have the same fucking hair, too. It's hilarious. I literally just drew one guy and slapped him in here. My body stiffens as my ill premonition proves true. Men wearing black suits quickly block our path of retreat. Are you the Mafia too? My question is answered with silence. They hide their faces with masks, not uttering a single word. Mask. Gas masks that the Mafia men wore when they attacked the heroine and the others. It guards against harm from chemical weapons, so well, Victor's fucked. Being surrounded by men in black is similar to when the Gordon family had us pinned, and yet the overwhelming hostility is completely different from then. Then the dry sound of applause echoes. Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. Even a rat on the street would put more of an effort. The crowd of men parts to the voice and... A Vito! Man chuckles as if to look down on us. I mean, if you saw him on the fucking street, I mean, you'd be like, oh, look, oh, he's got a scar across his nose. But he's so, like, he's, like, so normal handsome. He doesn't look like a gangster. He's not all, like, swarmy and, like, mafia. He's just like, oh, excuse me, did you need to... He could be a fucking waiter. He could be your motherfucking waiter serving you tea. Because he's just so normal looking. Oh my god, it's hilarious. It's been a while, Miss Shirley. But, children around your age really do grow quickly. I can hardly recognize you from before. That sounds creepy. I'm delighted to see that you've grown into a fine young lady. Vito puts his hands on his chest and bows. But it's a gesture devoid of respect or affection. It's like nothing but a warped emotion drifts about like a black vortex. I'm sure you'd fetch a good price now. Yes, perhaps the worth of 1 gold coin. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! The man named DeVito chuckles from deep within his throat. Unfortunately, I have no reason to obey you. Vito, your army and your life, I'll be the one to take them. Mom and Papa's suffering. No matter what, I will kill you. What could have happened between them and this Vito? Shirley, who was so jolly and lively only moments ago, now spits only words laced with grudge and resentment. Such is her rage that standing beside her, I can hear the violent shaking of her throat that could tear any moment. He looked so blonde before, now he's got dark hair. Okay. Ah! He does, doesn't he? He so looks like he could be like your teacher or like fucking serving you tea. She's so normal. Shirley, no! Her fury on full display, Shirley charges forward. But... Let go! Let go of me! She's pinned down long before she can reach a Vito. Of course, like they were never gonna let you get there. So scary. You're likely to break something if you put too much force on yourself. I think it'd be best if you stay put. Ow! Shirley! The Mafia men whom I assume are his underlings twist Shirley's arms to her back. They don't bat an eye at the prospect of hurting someone. They're Mafia, just the same as Darius and his family, but it's hard to believe they act so differently. Yeah, these are the real Mafia, like the douchey ones. But like, look at him! I can't help it. He is such a dick, but he's like a handsome dick. Like, right? Like, look at his face. Like, look at the smile. He's like, hi. I could... If he came up to you and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. May I grab your bag for you? Oh, like, blah, blah, blah. You'd be like, oh, he's so nice. He's such a nice guy. Oh, he's a douchebag. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that. Like, minus the slicked back hair. I mean, that kind of usually. That's usually a douche thing, but, you know. As we've noticed, all of our guys have, like, floppy hair all over the place, so... You know. Let Shirley go. What was that, little girl? Oh, that was the henchman. I was like, what? What was that, little girl? The man pinning her down growls in a low voice. But it wasn't that man I'm glaring at, but a Vito himself. He's like, I love the steampunky shit going on. Like, what the fuck is going on with, like, the weird gears and the pipe and the... Like, what is it? Is he wearing something on his back? No, that's just the background. But it's like going to like the weird gagey thing he's got strapped to his shoulder. He's like, that's his like, it's my hookah pipe. I don't know. I just love it. It's fucking random, but I love it. Pardon me. And you are? Shirley's friend. I want you to release her. Noted. But we have our own matters. I can't just nod and accept your demand. I still demand that you let her go. Vito's tone is polite, but I don't feel the slightest bit of warmth in it. Quietly and without hesitation, I take my fighting stance. No! Run away! There's no way I can do that! What a bother. We hadn't anticipated having to deal with you. It comes to this, then. We'll have to have you restrained for the time being. Take off your glove. Come at me, bro! I would use that motherfucker. I would just rip my gloves off, put them in my pockets, and just be like, touching bitches! That's the difference between this Spacey and that Spacey. Because she's like, I don't want to kill people. And I'm like, I'd be killing these motherfuckers. I'd be like grabbing them by the throat. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. I'd be singing all sorts of like fire songs and like burn songs. Like whatever. Like, I would just have like a new fucking song every day that I sang with glee as I watched them burn and melt. Oh, I need help. Yes, boss. The snap of a finger. With just that and a mechanical response, one of the men leaps towards me. I knock him down. However, I let a kick fly as a counter, taking the man down to the ground without giving him a chance to retaliate. Bitch! Look, he's like, oh. Yeah. Turned on yet? You don't get it. We got 5 boys at home and then 1 on the side. We ain't got time for you. We're more man than you are, sweet cheeks. No, we ain't got time for this. Let Shirley go. Splendid. Don't judge a book by its cover, so they say. However, you stand little chance against mob rule. Look, that's a swarmy face right there. That's like, he's like, okay, that's a dick face right there. No. With another signal, enemies approach from 3 sides. I dodge the first strike and take down the assailant, but... Ugh! Just as Vito said, it was futile resisting against such odds. Don't you touch her! She has nothing to do with the Mafia! Shirley is gagged with a cloth, robbing her of her voice. Naturally, they try to do the same to me. No, don't touch me! My wearing My warning goes in vain, and a cloth is tied around my mouth. Well, at least you never choked it up. Of course, it melts and falls. Whoa! Ah! Unsurprisingly, the Mafia goon's hand that pressed against me also becomes hideously burnt. He screams, and the foul smell of burning flesh fills the air, and soon fills the surrounding men with bewilderment. He's like, "The fuck? Yeah. Well now, this is truly unusual. What manner of trickery is at play here? Come over here and find out, big boy." I mean, here's the thing. No one's gonna get rapey on you because you just burned them to death, so I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it sucks you can't ever touch anybody, but no one can ever inappropriately touch you because they'll just burn their flesh off, and you'll be like, "And that's why you don't grope people." All it takes is one time. All it takes is one time groping the wrong person, and you will learn really fast that you don't grope people. Vito draws nearer with a frown. Paying no attention to his wounded underling, he steps closer. Of course, he doesn't give a fuck. The guys are disposable. A gaze of pure curiosity. The light that dwells in his eyes, however, is so cold that it chills me to the bone, and she's like, "Shit, I should have run." Vito's fingertips touch my cheek, and his glove begins to melt. He lets go before his finger is burned and looks at it fixedly. "This is a surprise. Why, I cannot say, but it seems that your skin is extremely dangerous." "Splendid. A beautiful monster. Truly picturesque." Oh god, he wants to make us his wife. Monster. That word is like a dagger in my chest. Vito's hand crawls over my clothes, and I glare at him in disgust. "Don't touch me." Oh! Actually, when he gets angry and, like, devious, he's kind of sexy in a creepy kind of way. "I wouldn't recommend resisting. I would recommend that you not touch me. Just saying. I'm the one in control right now, not you." She's like, "Well, I'm glad that you're quick to understand." Then, I wonder how much time has passed. I recall the two of us being pushed into the back seats of a large automobile and taken a long distance. A black curtain covers the windows, and I can't tell where we're going at all. But judging from how long we've been in this car, it's certainly somewhere outside of London. I figured surely we get captured. It's because they're going to end up on the Mafia boat. But, like, how are we going to wear our Mafia outfit? I want to wear my Mafia outfit. Guys, I want to get dressed up and have a pretty Mafia outfit. But are they going to have time to, like, poison-proof it and bring it to me on the Mafia boat so that I can wear it when I escape? Because I'm just going to guess probably not. But I wanted to see everyone in their Mafia wear. Get out. Come give me a kiss, big boy. Oh, look, it's a ship. Yay, we're going on the Mafia boat. I was like, I gotta be honest with you. I was like, if we have to get rescued and then do the whole plot on the boat, this part is gonna be like 6 fucking years. I figured the side story would only be a couple hours, but then again, we're already 3 hours in at this point, so. My eyes are used to the darkness, so I'm able to see the surroundings well without even a bit of light. I see the colossal outline of a ship at the open port. I'm guessing maybe one more part. I would say it's got to be under 5 hours, but it almost resembles a floating castle. The gigantic funnel that streams white smoke reminds me of the airship mooring towers. The deep sound of the steam engine overlaps with the crashing of the waves. I can't help but stare at the overwhelming presence that dwarfs even the locomotive. What is this? It's a cutting-edge steel steamship. This is a steamship. Impey said that he wanted to see one, and this must be it. Is this your ship? Yes, although it didn't come cheap. Even the United Kingdom's state-of-the-art technology can be bought for the right price. People, land, and power as well. Well, isn't it an elegant, beautiful ship? It is, though I think I'd be more impressed by it if I weren't being kidnapped. Oh? Well, how rude of me. Do forgive me, little monster lady. Vito shows a cheerful smile that's simultaneously somewhat cold. In truth, we only let first-class customers aboard, so consider yourselves quite lucky tonight. I grant you a special invitation aboard this luxury cruise bound for all corners of the world, the Gloria. Really? You couldn't come up with a better fucking name than Gloria? I'm 1980s of you. The Gloria, a steamship on the cutting edge of technology, owned by a Vito. It has 4 chimneys, and it's propelled by a steam engine. We're taken onto the ship from the crew-only entrance. Shirley was knocked out and carried like luggage due to her kicking and screaming all the way. I'm forced to walk through the labyrinthine interior. That's a word. Go in. Just bite him. Eventually, we're thrown into a small room by Vito's men. I don't know why I should just start biting people. Bitch, bite people! Before I can even turn back towards the door, the sound of a heavy lock echoes. We're locked in. My mind begins to accept that fact calmly as I put it into words. In the room is a window. Sunlight is its only purpose. In the corner spins a small fan, so my poison shouldn't be an issue. Shirley? She was laid onto the hard bed at the other corner. Her breathing is normal. Her complexion doesn't look too bad either. It just looks like she was just knocked out. Though my hands are bound, my legs are free. After the sound of enemies' footsteps fades, I try ramming the metal door. However, both door and lock are solid and won't budge in the slightest. I decide to ram the metal door. Girl. What do I do? Disheartened would be quite an understatement. Perhaps it's because I'm so far away from my friends, but that feeling is only amplified as time goes on. I can't afford to be weak right now. It's no time to be feeling powerless. The only one who can protect Shirley right now is me. I have to find a way to escape as soon as possible. Does Vito not realize that Darius is going to be there? A while back, when Lupin's gang is about to head out in search of the girls who are late in their promised return. It can't be! Darius mutters, dumbfounded, as he reads a letter written on fancy paper that resembles a party invitation. One of his men, pale-faced and in stumbling panic, had delivered it to him just moments ago. Boss, does this mean that Milady is... Dear Darius Gordon, from Vito Credell. Darius crushes the letter in his hand the moment he sees the sender's name. He has already made the first move. Darius and Passy turn around. The emergency transmitter is working right now. She's headed northwest, but she's getting further and further away. They're headed to Liverpool. In spite of one of their members having been captured, the thief crew that had just come to an agreement is rather calm. Darius takes note of this fact and frowns. You all seem rather collected. We're worried, of course, but, well, this is our princess we're so proud of. It'll take more than this to bring her harm. I'm sure she's doing all she can and managing to stay safe. We believe in her. Now, let us get started as well. We'll get a hold of the evidence and put a stop to the drug dealing. And now we have 2 lovely ladies to rescue as well. Mr. Darius, your daughter should be fine until your arrival. At the very least, please don't panic and make a rash decision. All that awaits beyond panic is regret. After a short silence, Darius nods. Oh, we're going to teach the Mafia some things. That's so cute. Just then, a single automobile stops in front of the mansion. The one who gets out of it rushes towards the mansion, yelling, "Sorry to keep you all waiting. I got the results." Okay. I'm going to wrap this part up here because we're about at an hour. It's a little under what we normally do, but I don't want to go too long and we keep getting like good little stoppy points. So I'm going to stop here and we'll continue in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.